welcome to Denmark. And where, if not in Denmark, is the best place to review a Danish brand bicycle coming from a company called Hugabikes? I want to say big thanks to Hugabikes who sent me those bikes and the nice looking helmet for the collaboration. But full transparency, you have to know that I didn't pay for these products. I think that's just fair to let everyone know about it.
On the day of recording, Vester costs 1,800 euros or 14,000 Danish kronas, and you can choose it in either black or white color. I am a 1.91 m rider, which is 6 feet 2. And the bike size fits me very well. I think that the guide is quite accurate, at least to the higher side. If you are below 1.95 m, the bike should fit you really well. I don't even use the saddle at the highest position when I ride it.
The Vester fits in the trunk quite well as well. Feel very easy to manage and put it in and take it out, fold and unfold. As far as the speed test goes, now we're rolling 25 kilometers per hour on the dashboard, and what's the actual GPS speed you can see on the screen as well. The top speed could be unlocked using the display, and as you can see, it's very nice and bright display that you can have in different languages. Super easy to control and self-explanatory. As you can see, it's set 25 kilometers per hour. The only caveat is you need to know the manufacturer's password, which I have no clue what it is, and Hugabikes do not share it with me.
I did try and ask Hugabikes for that code, but they said, quote, "We are very serious about road legality in the EU and UK, and we will not be sharing the passcode with customers. The code is strictly for our internal testing only." And while I completely understand and respect the seller, if somebody knows the code, please let me know. I will enter it on my own risk.
We're starting from a dead start basically, so I didn't get any speed before starting the climb. For now I'm feeling like super comfortable. We're approaching the peak. No problem whatsoever to climb up the hills.
I thought that Vester had much more unused potential in it.
So Tour de France stage 3 route goes through here, and it's the fourth steepest road in Denmark, and it has a gradient of 25.5%. And it is just right here. Dude, this is a very steep street. I need to pedal, the bike itself wouldn't climb this up. And now I can participate in Tour de France with the Hugabike. Oh, it's getting steeper here. Whew. What a climb. Good job, Hygge. Good job. The Vester, of course, is shining when it gets to off-road riding. So if you need to go over some soft terrain like the sand I'm riding right here, those large tires, they just make all the difference. I'm not even like sweating here riding the soft sand, which is not that simple with most of other bikes. Also, as of a sudden, rolling this single trail that you can't even see, all of a sudden then 25 kilometers per hour looks like, oh, that's actually enough of speed. And the front suspension is good enough to keep the control. to keep that front wheel on the ground and gripping, while, as I said, the flat tires are really nice for providing the grip. So I ate a fly. It's actually so much fun. I don't believe it's 250 watts. I think it's more, because I had 250 watt fat bikes that could not ride in this absolutely soft sand.
In hindsight, I believe that Hygge has actually real 250 watts and others had less than they claimed.
One interesting difference to the most of the bikes that I have tried, as you can see right now, I am on the first assist level and it still assists me to 25 kilometers per hour. So what does it mean is it doesn't matter on which assist mode you are, it doesn't affect your speed. It affects how much power does the bike provide you and how much acceleration do you get off the line. So let's say if I want to do a bit more work myself, I can just keep it in level 1 and it's just barely tiny bit assisting me, but I can pedal up myself and reach the 25. Of course, if I go above 25, then it will stop assisting me. But this is a very nice feature. I really prefer this way of pedal assist than actually just affecting the top speed that the bike can reach. And I just said this, and I'm thinking, how am I supposed to do the range test on this thing? Because I can do range tests just by pressing the throttle and rolling, all the time on the throttle. It will be one number. I can do assist level 5, and this will be a different number again. But if I put in assist level 1, like I am right now, I will have to put more work myself, and it will definitely prolong the riding range massively. So there will be massive difference in the riding range result from whatever. I believe even if I roll on the throttle, I should be able to get 30 kilometers. And then if I pedal just a tiny bit, you can easily make it up to 50. If you pedal a lot, well, sky is the limit.
And even including the fact that I was riding off-road, climbing hills and doing all sorts of terrain, I managed to get 70 kilometers before my first charge, and my battery wasn't even empty. It was still at 15%. So I am calmly claiming 70 kilometers range and more on the Hygge Vester.
Alright, so next we're testing the brakes, I guess.
So Hugabikes decided to go with hydraulic disc brakes from Tektro, ensuring you will get ultimate stopping power whenever you need it. The front disc is a massive 180 millimeters. If you've been riding long enough, you know that the front brake is the most critical for control and safety, and don't worry about the rear one, it's still 160 millimeters. So it's still perfectly sized to give you confidence when you go down steep hill, for example this 25% hill.
The brakes are probably hot now.
And these brakes are also super precise, making them very smooth and allowing to control wheelies perfectly. One of the reasons to buy European-based bike is that because the company has partnership with repair shops. So in Denmark you can use the cykel-mekanikeren.dk, and they will provide all the warranty service for your bike, and when your warranty ends they will still be able to fix your bike and get all the parts that needed. And I know that it's Decathlon and other partners in UK, Carrefour. You can see more of different partnerships on the Hygge website.
So that's the difference when you buy a bike from European brand, in this time specifically Danish brand, and not from somewhere far east. So even though probably most of the components will be manufactured far east, no surprises here, but the fact that you can have service locally, it's absolutely amazing. Avslutningsvis, or for conclusions, we have a very nice fat bike coming from Danish design Hugabikes. The bike is powerful enough to bring you basically any hill, at least on the road, that you can find in Denmark if you pedal along a bit. It's capable of driving at least 70 kilometers and probably more if you do a bit more pedaling yourself. The bike can ride up to 25 kilometers per hour unless you can find the 4-digit code and unlock it somehow. And if you do find it, please let me know, because I would like to unlock the speed of the bike itself. And other than that, it's a super high quality, all bells and whistles and lights and whatever you need on the bike. You don't need to go and purchase anything extra. The bike comes with everything that you need for just riding and enjoying yourself. And I don't have very many downsides. The only downside I could mention is that actually the front mudguard is not the best. It could be a little bit longer because it is throwing mud and grass and whatnot from these fat tires on your shoes and on the bottom part of the frame, as you will see in the footage right here. Other than that, it's a bit hard to criticize the bike. The price, it's a bit steep. Maybe that's the point for criticizing. But if you want to get a European design bike that actually also has repair shops in your country and wide and broad distribution network, so potentially also very good support if something goes wrong, probably that's worth the price. As the saying goes, I think, you get what you pay for. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the Vester, and I see you in the next video.